conservative and college GOP event. Available to be the star at your next event. Contact me to arrange for a Wayne Root keynote speech. Call toll 888-444-ROOT. That's 888-444-ROOT. Or email wayneroot@gmail.com. Hi, I'm Wayne Root, and through my longtime affiliation with the Libertarian and Republican parties, I've learned a thing or two about how politics and the economy really work. The writing's on the wall. All signs point to a major shift in investing as we know it. If you haven't started buying precious metals, you need to. Call now to order the Wayne Root Precious Metals Investors Package, which includes 6 different silver coins from major mints around the world for only $99. Call 800-885-GOLD. That's 800-885-GOLD. That's 800-885-4653.
President Trump is in Argentina for the G20, and he's been quite busy. NAFTA is now a done deal, signed by the United States, Mexico, and Canada.
We've worked hard on this agreement. It's been long and hard. We've taken a lot of barbs and a little abuse, and we got there. It's great for all of our countries.
It was a strong earthquake, 7.0, and it rattled Anchorage, Alaska, displacing many people into Red Cross shelters. Volunteer Bruce Whelan.
We're setting up for about people right now, but we can certainly take a lot more if we need it. So anybody who doesn't have any heat, any power, please come by. We can certainly help you out. We're going to be feeding everybody quite well.
The Anchorage Police Department reported major damage to infrastructure across the city, and there's also reports of widespread power outages. But so far, no fatalities. This is USA Radio News.
With a recession ending, if you've been putting off building your business, now is the time to act. General Steel will meet or beat any price on a pre-engineered steel building of the same size and specifications. Act now, before steel prices go up. So call us today for free information.
Call 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290.
Fire investigators say the apartment complex fire in San Marcos that killed Texas State University students was intentionally set. USA's Rick Vincent reports.
ATF Fred Milanowski says he can't reveal whether it was one person or a group that set the fire.
Investigators here know where it was set, and they know how it was set, and obviously either an individual or multiple individuals that were there that set it also know that information, and we're the only ones, the individuals that set it and us know that. So that's why we're going to keep that information close to the vest in this investigation.
There's a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the people responsible. That apartment fire July 20th killed 5 people. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
A woman fatally shoots an intruder, and then suddenly she has a heart attack. Here's the story from USA Radio's Chris Barnes.
The 74-year-old Kansas woman shot and killed the intruder while she was on the phone with a 911 dispatcher, and then she had the heart attack. Leavenworth County Attorney Todd Thompson says the woman is recovering and she's expected to be okay. And he says she, quote, obviously will not be facing charges over the death of 41-year-old Ralph Bird Jr., who broke into her Leavenworth home early Saturday. Court records show Bird had been convicted in 2017 of an attempted home burglary. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
Are you ready to leave your corporate job behind and be your own boss? Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? Do you have $50,000 or more sitting around in a 401k? If you answered yes, it's time to invest in yourself by buying or starting a business or franchise. IRS code allows you to use money in a 401k to invest in a business with absolutely no penalties or taxes. At Guidant Financial, we've helped more than 11,000 entrepreneurs invest $3 billion in retirement assets into the small businesses and franchises of their dreams. So if you've got $50,000 or more in a 401k and you're looking for a way, Guidant Financial now for free information and to learn more. Operators are standing by for your call. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments, or john@gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
That is correct. It is Garden America. Welcome to your Saturday morning, your weekend. Great to have you along with us. Thank you so much for your support. I'm Bryan Main. Nasco is back, Tiger Palafox, the usual cast of characters. We appreciate you tuning in on Facebook Live. Don't forget, if you are on Facebook right now, questions, comments, we'll usually address them almost immediately. You can also email john@gardenamerica.com or call us at 855-424-9825. Of course, it's toll free. And again, that's 855-424-9825, john@gardenamerica.com. Streaming on Biz Talk Radio around the world. And of course, right here on Facebook Live. We're glad to have John back again. John spent last weekend judging. You judge just about everything, John. What were you judging last week?
I always feel judged.
You know, you're saying I'm judgmental, right?
Well, you do a good job, so that's why you judge roses.
It's in Phoenix, technically Mesa, Arizona.
Very familiar with it.
And we were judging the Sonoran rose trials. It was the first year for desert rose trials. And it was kind of interesting to see roses that we grow in other parts of the country or California, and see how they perform in the desert. And some of them, there were 10 roses of each variety. There were some that were just totally dead. I mean, maybe one or two plants left alive.
So the purpose was
the heat just killed them.
Which varieties can survive in the heat?
Well, yeah.
Let's send roses to Mars.
Which varieties will win awards anyway in the desert? And there were some that did amazingly well. One was Coco Loco.
I've heard of that rose.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite roses.
I took a picture of it at the rose auction show. Yeah.
And that's one you can get, at garden centers now, especially with bare root season coming up. And it's kind of that milk chocolatey color.
Right.
Really pretty. And then another one was Sugar Moon, which was so big, so vigorous, so fragrant.
Likes the heat.
Oh, it did great. I might like the heat better than not being in the heat. So it was interesting. It was the first ever annual Sonoran Rose Trial. So it was kind of good to see how they were starting out, what they were doing. And it was fun. A whole different world of rose growing out in the desert.
And you were a part of it.
I was.
Has it all sunk in yet? Just how special that was?
Nothing really is more special to me than coming here and doing this radio show with you two guys every weekend.
John is going to run for politics. I can tell by that answer.
No, it just shows you how boring my life is.
No, not at all. Anyway, welcome one and all. Facebook, questions, comments. We've got a great guest lined up, of course, as always. Lots to talk about. Whatever's on your mind, love to hear from you. Tiger, what's going on in your world? I know you have something to do after the show today.
Yeah. So Christmas trees are in full effect for the nursery.
Now's the best time to buy, right?
Well, you know what? We had really good rain in.
Tiger, what's going on in your world? Where's that coming from?
Is that John?
Okay. John, okay.
I'm still trying to pull us up on Facebook.
I've got two screens going on over here, and everything now, and that just made my heart drop.
Okay, John. It's not a technical difficulty. It's John and his computer.
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn it off.
Well, just hit off, pause or something.
Clicking buttons over there.
Just hit stop or something. Welcome back, John. It's good to have you.
I'll tell you what. I'll do that during the break.
Anyway, so Christmas trees.
Christmas trees. And it rained a couple days ago, and it's nice, cool weather. So that's not normal for Southern California. And so what that means, though, is that the trees are kept more fresh for a longer period of time. And so that way, when people get them home, they'll stay in their house longer and keep better. So we're really excited about that. Having this weather is really important during this time of year. Although we did deliver a Christmas trees to Lowe's Coronado this past week.
Right.
It was a 25-foot tree that they had a wonderful tree lighting ceremony with and all of these wonderful events, and it's situated in one of their patios. But this storm brought a little bit of wind, and the cable system that was holding the tree up actually snapped. It's metal cable. And so after the show, I've got to go out to Coronado to help stand back up a 25-foot tree.
Now, we should mention people across the country, they say, what's the big deal?
Any rain
at all it's going to be top of the story. It was going to, and that is big. That's big time. And
a lot of wind gusts.
Down, and we are working feverishly on getting it back up again. A lot of people last weekend inquiring about it.
If you're online, you can see this really cute gift pack that we get. You get 2 bottles. And, plus it makes a great stocking stuffer. And we have a limited amount. Send me an email to John@Garden. Send you an email.
Yes, we share your frustration.
Certificate. Secured sock. Steel.
The special holiday Christmas package at john@gardenamerica.com. Go from there.
And take a look at it if you want at the items we have for sale. You just can't order.
Okay, and I'll make sure I put that on the Facebook page as well.
Yeah, getting it.
Oh, we're up and running, right, on Facebook?
Slowly,
yeah. Slowly ramping it. We're buffering.
Yeah.
We continue to buffer. Okay, 855-424-9825 here on Biz Talk Radio, john@gardenamerica.com. Our guest today, Tiger, we're going to be talking about
composting.
Oh, composting.
Yeah, with Kay Keller with Mantis. And they have that wonderful tumbling composter, which is so easy to use, where you just kind of fill it up with your stuff, and then rather system that all you have to do is kind of flip it over and it'll mix the items really nicely for you, and it's up off the ground. So it's a really easy system to use for a composter. And
what about a first-time composter? Much easier than doing it yourself the other way?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just because it's all contained, it's easy to use, and it's a wonderful Christmas item. They have a lot of good sales going on right now as well.
Composting.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, that's happening with our guest. What else? John, we haven't seen you for a week or so. Are we all caught up with what you're doing in your world?
I think so. I'm still trying to dig up roses in my yard, get them ready to move. And eating all the roots off the roses, so they're root off that plant.
Yeah,
and they reroot. So I'm kind of shocked. That was something new that I learned. a little bit too strong.
They've assisted you.
Yeah, strongly. I don't know, maybe we're now. Didn't stop me from
You said a trap. Was it the Maccabee trap?
I did set the Maccabee trap, but then I ended up getting caught. I didn't catch one, so.
You covered it, the Gophers did it.
I think the Gophers
they're
did.
pretty smart. I've seen that trap before. Okay, we're going to work into our first break coming here in just a very radio. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about composting Tiger mentioned, so stay tuned for that. Questions? Way is right there on Facebook Live. Continue to monitor throughout the program. Coming right back with Garden America.
Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows you to maneuver around your lawn without charging. Husqvarna, you can have a drive and
world with the from plants to people. Active growth requires energy, nutrients, and very hot, dry weather. .com near you.
Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions. HealthyWater.com. HydroCare will eliminate lime scale that causes stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-989-WAVE, or go to Great Healthy Water.
For a healthy, comfortable home.
If you're 5 or younger, like peace of mind and comfort for your family, we're $, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses? Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. Now, for free information about our senior plans, answer a few simple questions and receive approval. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait.
Call 800-605-5370. 800-605-5370. Call 800-605-5370.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
That's right. We are back. Our guest is standing by. It is 21 minutes after the hour here. Garden America, thank you so much. Through radio, 855-424-9825. John@gardenamerica.com, Facebook Live. But first of all, we've got to get to the quote of the week, which John reminded us.
Yeah, he doesn't have
over the break.
Right now.
You've got the quote ready. He's got it memorized. It's a long quote this week.
I liked it.
Well, the quote's about winter.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And my computer just crashed.
I told you.
Why don't you read the Tiger or Bryan?
Oh, now I got to work on pulling it up, though. You had it all ready to go.
Well, we could always.
The pressure's on you, Tiger. So this is where we have to fill time until you find it, right, Tiger? And so no dead air on radio or Facebook Live, hopefully. You got it? Got the quote up there in our newsletter. Those that receive the newsletter, you probably read the quote. We like to do it for those that don't receive the newsletter or didn't have a chance to take a glance at it.
You ready?
We are ready to go.
There is a privacy about it which no other season gives you. In the spring, summer, and fall, people sort of have an open season on each other. Only in the winter in the country can you have longer, quiet stretches when you can savor belonging to yourself. By Ruth Stout. I like that because
that's a short story, not a quote.
It's true that kind of in the winter you're left alone a lot.
Yeah.
And you're just hunkered inside and you get to just savor, that's not that fast paced of spring and summer when you're trying to do things and get out there and be a part of stuff.
Except at the shopping centers.
Oh gosh. But in the winter you can just hunker down.
Sure.
Sit in the garden, sit in your home and looking out the window if it's not favorable weather to get outside and just
contemplate life.
Right?
In general, contemplate your
garden.
We
need to do that every once in a while. Too connected.
We are, absolutely. Okay, with that in mind, 23 minutes after the hour, let's bring our guest on, Tiger.
So this morning, we got Kay Keller with Mantis. Now, as I was saying before the break, Mantis not only, or I was saying before the break that Mantis does the tumbling composter, but they don't only do the tumbling composter. They do other gardening tools. One other tool that people might be familiar with is their tiller. But Kay Keller's joined us to tell us a little bit about what's going on for them this winter and some tips for us when it comes to composting. Good morning, Kay. How are you?
Good morning. Nice to speak with you.
Welcome to the show. Now, Kay, tell our listeners where you are and what your role is with Mantis.
Okay, well, Mantis is located in Southampton, Pennsylvania, outside Philadelphia. I am the digital service manager. Everything that happens with our websites and everything we do digitally. We had the pleasure of hooking up with you folks through Garden Media out in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, and part of our composting marketing plan this year. So it's fun to be in touch with you.
Yeah. And so this time of year, I went to your guys' website, and you guys have wonderful gift ideas on there. Aside from the composter, you have plenty of and other things for the garden, for the home gardener. Now, before we get into the composter, I did see you guys had a special that you can save quite a bit of money, and then you guys were giving a few free items with certain dollar amount certain gifts with certain dollar amount purchases, right?
Absolutely. With the composters now, if you buy any one of our composters, you get free moisture meter and compost activator, which is a great way to get started. It's kind of like a nice little gift package for anybody who wants to get into composting. And with our tillers, excuse me, for $1, you can get one of our most popular attachments, which is the border edger attachment.
And you guys can ship these now to anyone in the country, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and definitely plenty of time to get it there before the holidays. So that's all. a good thing to do and get on it right away. So that way you can get it there before the Christmas time of year.
Tiger, you mentioned tumbling composter. Are you
Okay, well, a tumbling composter differs from a traditional, say, pile or sled-style composter in that it's fully enclosed, very easy to turn.
No, it's not that kind of tumbling.
Is it mantis.com? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. If you go to, they have videos on how to, because it's a really unique and easy way. And kind of, you had mentioned the static composter where you have to mix it up yourself to make it work. The tumbler is really easy. You just kind of crank it, right?
Right. Compost. Great.
Ooh. Compost. And then you said with this tumbler, you just kind of slowly turn it. Did you say a couple times a day? Yeah. And then do you get to a point where it just fills up and then you wait on it for a while, or do you just kind of keep filling it up, and then how do you harvest the compost? And so then people have this compost. What kind of situations would you use this for? Would you tell people to use this to mix into their existing soil, potted plants? What kind of things would you recommend doing with this compost? All right. Hey. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll finish up our conversation with people learning about composting.
That's right. More composting information. Again, 855-424-9825. Questions, comments, Facebook Live, or John at gardenamerica.com. Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox coming right back. Stay with us.
You know what's funny? I have zero connection right now, but it's still going.
Yeah, I know. How's that work?
Right now it's saying switch on your Mevo, but it's still just running. But I have no control over the camera.
And it's red.
And it's rolling. And I'm watching the video right now live, and it's seamless.
I wonder, do you think that's why it stopped a few times, though?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's
because
seamless.
This
Look, come over here, Brian.
Yeah, let me see.
I'm just waiting for it to go out on me right now because this is what it's showing me on this screen.
Now, we did freeze up a few times.
Right, we did, but now
couldn't find new Mevo.
So now I just keep doing this, hoping that it just keeps...
And that keeps going.
Yeah. Because if that keeps going, then we're solid.
Anytime I go to Facebook and click on
You screw it up.
the show,
Stop. Close your computer.
it crashes the search engine. And it does it on Firefox and it does it on Bryan.
You got a lot of problems.
597-9323, 800-597-9323.
I think I need a new SSL certificate. So your guy says our website's not in WordPress. We don't. No, it's not WordPress. We can't turn it into WordPress.
Okay.
Can we? I mean,
I don't know.
Got to redo the whole website.
Yeah, I don't know. So is he saying?
So when are we going to start on that? Or where we? What did he say?
800-217-5107, 800-217-5107. That's 800-217.
Looks like your site's not in WordPress. Are we going to get that rolling?
You might want to just, because it might be an easier program for us to use. WordPress is something that's really easy to us to manipulate.
Yeah.
But
it is, but I don't know if you can.
You can. It would cost money because he'd have to, like you're
It'd be
saying,
like thousands of dollars.
Correct.
No, not going to get that rolling.
If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate.
What's FTP info?
How do you log on to change website stuff?
Oh, okay.
So basically, which website you go to, what's the password, what's the login, that kind of stuff.
Additional companies join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you.
This
we
is.
are InventHelp.
Call us for free
I don't know what to do here.
1-800-607-8925.
We're still rolling though.
Yeah, I think we're rolling better than we were before.
No, it's scary.
There's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks.
And I don't want to, I keep having this thing that says switch on your Mevo, and I keep clicking close because I don't want to change anything. I literally don't want to touch anything right now.
I know.
So I'm just, I wish I could get in and try to fix something, but I don't want to because it's rolling.
Because we're still going right now.
Yeah, let me see the audio.
Penalties a year. Make one mistake, and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly $1 billion.
Oh, you know what? It's picking up our audio from the commercial.
That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get paychecks.
You can hear it from the commercial.
Small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. 877-649-5324.
It may have been a messy divorce that suddenly cut your income in half, but not your bills.
It's doing the Mevo mic.
Or your boss just cutting back your hours. It doesn't really matter how you got
That's because the camera's not hooked up.
It only matters that you are and that we're here to help. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt and you can't ever see breaking free,
it's not going to pick up the interviewer.
That's right. They said they can't hear it toward the end.
Yeah.
we fight for you.
We don't have a choice, do we? But she's only going to be with us one more little short segment.
To the credit card companies, you owe it to yourself to call Action Debt at 800-384-7099. Just because you got in over your head doesn't mean.
Do you think it's okay giving the password to our website?
Yeah. 7099 today, and we can be on your side tomorrow.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at Garden America.
Back here on Garden America, Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, along with Tiger Palafox at 855-424-9825. John at GardenAmerica.com here, streaming Biz Talk Radio, as we're talking about composting, of course, but maybe a little different way to compost, Tiger, as we continue with our guest.
Well, it's fun to be able to compost and have it be easy. One of the challenges with composting is people find it difficult because never comes out perfect or is a challenge because you have to go out and turn it. You got to have the right mix of items. But if there's an easy way to do it, I think more people would do it. And people need to understand that it keeps things out of our landfills, which property, especially in California, is getting a little bit crazier and crazier to find. So Kay, over there with Mantis, they've developed a way to make compost a little easier for us. Kate, now this.
You know what I was? Don't mean to interrupt, but I guess I do. I was going to mention that I'm surprised at the amount of compost that you get out of that.
Right.
Because it was what, 30-gallon cans of compost? Did I read that right?
Are you with us, Kay?
Yeah. Yes. Wow. Tiger, can you see this picture on my computer?
Yeah.
A listener just sent us a picture of your composter, Kay, and they said that they've, well, let me see this here. It said,
Well, there's a ringing endorsement right there.
Yeah.
And back to the volume, you guys have a couple different styles, right? Because I saw there's like a patio one, there's like an upright one that stands about waist high, then you have a double one. So, I mean, depending on the volume of what your yard creates and depending on where you're going to put it, this isn't just a one compost and then you just got to make it work. Because those static ones, Kay, you kind of usually put those not near your house because you want them a little bit away, right? But this one you can put on your back porch.
Because it's closed up.
I might set one up in my library.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you guys have, for those of you that still have or want more information when it comes to how to compost, on the Mantis website, you guys have how-to videos and tutorials and all kinds of other information about the process, correct? Yeah, that's really neat.
Mm-hmm. Unusual things. My mind is going.
Yeah.
And I never would have thought of shrimp.
Right.
Pasta. Yeah, that's fun. Well, that's good because when it comes to composting, it's having that good mix of browns and greens, as you had mentioned before, and not everybody, just because it's brown doesn't mean it's a brown, and just because it's green doesn't mean it's a green. It's a good term to use for general, more or less rules when it comes to composting. But that's a great way for people to be able to compost and be successful. So one last time, Kay, so mantis.com is where people can find out more information and how to buy the compost. We've put that link onto our website or onto our Facebook as well. And, that's how they can also look at the other items that you guys create because your tiller's on there and some other tools as well, right? Mm-hmm. Got it. All right. Well, they have some great specials going on right now. And Kate, I don't know if you know this because I know you're in the digital part of it, but what do you? No. All right.
There's no need to wait till December 8th. You should do that today, right now.
Yeah, especially with the information that we've received this morning. What a great compost idea.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Kay.
Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
yeah, that is true. Kids love it for sure. Kids love to turn it. Just hey, that's a good way to get out of the energy. Just go turn the compost bin for a while. Thanks for joining us this morning, Kay. Hope you have a good rest of the weekend and hope you have a good holiday. All right.
All right. Good information.
Yeah. Composting is definitely one of those things that I think most home gardeners love to be a part of, but it is a challenge. So it's always neat when there's a product that makes something a little easier to do.
Now, we got one of the questions was how much does it hold? Well, there's various composts that they offer in terms of bins, and so I guess size, whatever size you need, right?
Yeah, I mean the one that John was describing was a 30-gallon one, but like I said, they had a double one, which you know you can have two turning at the same time, and maybe one is kind of breaking down while the other one is actively going. If you have a large yard, because people with grass clippings and leaves, 30 gallons that'll get filled up real quick.
Yeah, but she was saying the one that's on the stand will hold 6 30-gallon bags at one time.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's
6.
a ton.
And did you post the link on the on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, too, I want to remind you watching on Facebook Live here in the show every Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. on AM 740 up in Los Angeles. So
there's also, if you go to gardentube.com, the very first video on there shows you this tumbler and working. So you can see how you can go from scraps to compost in 14 days.
So that's gardentube.com if you want to take a look at that and watch that video. All right. So
wow.
You compost, Tugger?
Yeah. You know what I've got 2. So I need to get a mantis because I do have a static one, and I just basically fill it up with stuff and then let it decay.
Let it do its thing.
That's my compost way. But I have the worm composter too, which we love to actively use, and the kids love it. And that's where you use red wiggler worms to break down items, usually kitchen scraps, and turn it into worm castings. And that one's a really easy product to use as well, and turns into great compost as well.
But I suppose having it in one of the bins she talked about, it being able to turn it really does a lot for just keeping everything all mixed and balanced.
Well, it has to be turned, so if you don't have it in that type of setup, you're out there with a fork.
Yeah.
A garden fork, and you're turning stuff over.
And you're getting close to it, it's all,
Yeah, or you're waiting for it.
Hey, we got an email from Bill in Napomo.
Okay.
Two of the bigger models that I use simultaneously for a constant. The first comment from Susan, she's had hers for 15 years.
Wow.
So it says something for, how well they're built.
Sure. It is break time. One more segment coming up here, hour number 1 here on Garden America. You can reach us, questions, comments, 855-424-9825, john@gardenamerica.com. Facebook Live, Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. Welcome to the weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in to Garden America. I'm going to step aside, take a break. Coming right back. Stay with us. So it's still not
It's still
connected?
hearing.
problems.
So they're hearing us through the.
They're hearing us through the
But it's
Nevo
at a
mic.
distance.
You're right. But from us, it comes across great. The issue is that they're not hearing any commercials right now, and that they couldn't hear the phone.
Which had to be annoying. We couldn't hear her.
Right.
At your favorite independent garden center. Go to fertilome.com for more information. Want a better looking lawn?
I can either disconnect it
Well, we don't.
and restart it, or we just let it ride. But during commercial breaks,
It knows when it needs to be charged and
can't
directs itself back to the charging dock.
hear anything.
Convenient control options.
You know what?
Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it. Even
I don't know.
Thanks to Husqvarna.
What is the quality of what they hear us though? It's at a distance, isn't it?
Visit Mission Hills Nursery at
Come over here. I have it on.
Stockton Drive in St.
Okay, well, I guess that's loud, huh?
Yeah.
I don't get that. Because it's on, right?
Yeah.
It's not hooked up. It's just not Bluetoothed or whatever.
All right, Tiger. Well, you're busy there, but
No.
how can I get that up now?
So then it crashes.
Yeah.
We're sorry, Firefox had a problem.
It's Firefox.
It's trying to restore your tabs.
There's nothing I can do. It's never happened before. And it does the same on Chrome. Is it some setting that I...
No, it's not.
Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm. Did it do that one before too? That little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't feel bad now.
They can hear what's.
That's 1-800. Stay tuned for a special offer from the makers of Listen Clear, a revolutionary hearing aid breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Right now, you can try Listen Clear hearing aids absolutely free for 45 days. You can also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear hearing aids are so lightweight and comfortable, you can wear them all day long. They're practically invisible
Have
too,
an email
so others
question.
won't even notice you're wearing them. And the best part is, you'll be able to hear almost everything, everywhere. So do something about your hearing loss. Call Listen Clear now to get started. So call Listen Clear now.
800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. We're here 24 hours a day to help. That's 800-716-4650.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with 1-800 will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-989-WAVE, or go to greathealthywater.com. That's greathealthywater.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
So, Tiger, you genius, during the break, hit a couple of buttons we should.
Right.
Which was in the distance.
Yeah.
And so we were very careful with our
saying.
language and what we were saying.
But that was just people on Facebook,
Just
right?
people on Facebook, yeah. So hopefully we've got that back on again. The camera was disconnected. So we continue to work on it. I just blame Facebook. That's a problem. It's Facebook's issue.
Yeah,
Mark's got to give us more of a broadcast range there. Anyway, we are back. Thank you so much. I know, frustrating for some people. As somebody had a question about locally where they can hear the show the first hour, that's AM 1240 here in San Diego this afternoon, 2 o'clock on AM 740. So back at it. John, you
had a question.
Yeah, email question, right, John?
Yeah, this is from Steve, and he says...
Steve Valley, Steve, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, John. I have a technical question for you guys. I think that I want to better the soil for my trees and vegetables, and was thinking of humic acid. What do you guys think?
Well, humic acid would be used if you have a particular problem, John, right? Or is that a general way of treating the soil?
Well, humic acid's kind of the lifeblood of the soil. I mean, just like in your body, how all the nutrients and things go through your blood, humic acid carries all those through the soil and breaks them down and makes them available to the plant.
Good description.
So it's part of the whole biological process.
So it's good anytime.
Oh, yeah.
And for anything.
Yeah. So, Steve, go right ahead.
Yeah.
The more you add, the better.
You can't overdo it.
Yeah, there's a couple products out there. Natural Guard has their humus, John and Bob's. And I think those are two that come off the top of my head when it
Some
comes to
fertilizers have it too.
Grow Power Plus does have it, but they have a very small amount. If you're trying to just deliver humic acid, then the Natural Guard humus or the John and Bob's are probably two of the best products out there for just that product.
There are gallon liquid
Yep.
humic acids that you can just spray on too, right?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So, but as you mentioned, John, there's a lot of fertilizers that don't have it. And like you said, it's a very important part of the soil process when you have clay soil or soil that just is not alive, kind of dead soil.
Wouldn't you think that all products would have at least a little bit?
You would think, but a lot of fertilizers are
chemicals. Fertilizers don't have it.
No.
Yeah.
Sulfate of ammonia.
Yeah, exactly.
But organic fertilizers would, right?
You know, a lot of the organic fertilizers like EB Stone, Dr. Earth, they're more mycorrhizae based, so they don't have a lot of the humic properties that you would hope to get out of them. You know, but yeah, so and then any time of year. That's the other thing too. I mean, soil temperatures do drop low and then the soil does go dormant, let's say, but in Simi Valley that's not the case. And
yeah, the soil hibernates in the winter like bears do.
Right.
If you're in a cold area, the warmer it is, the more active it's going to be. Someone at work has a desert tortoise, and she was telling me that the tortoise was went in and started to hibernate. Then we had a little warm spell, and it got back out. And she was trying to think, you know, what do I do? Do I feed it? Won't eat. But it went back to sleep.
Interesting.
You know,
that's like plants. How if it's cold here in San Diego, and then it gets warm, and they respond to the warmth, thinking, "Oh, it must be springtime." No, it's still December. Chill.
I have a tortoise too, a desert tortoise, and we try to take care of it, as you're saying.
We try to take care.
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, it's a desert tortoise,
right?
They kind of take care of themselves. I mean, we have like a little habitat for it, and we have a little area that it can go and hibernate, and you know, it can do its thing, and we try to protect it and all of that thing. But I mean, she takes care of herself and eats and sleeps and all of that kind of stuff, and they're hardy creatures, kind of a thing.
And they get It just roams around your yard when
well, no,
when
in the
she's out and about?
springtime we allow it to roam around the yard. Right now it's in a habitat. So
Okay.
it's in this like enclosure, like John had mentioned, they are supposed to go dormant or hibernate. Not dormant.
I think we should start saying that bears go dormant
in the wintertime. Yeah. But yeah, so they're hardy creatures. They know a way, and they've been around a lot longer than us.
So what you're saying is low maintenance, right?
Yeah, and they live. I mean, that's the big problem
They
with
live
the
100
desert
years.
tortoise. Exactly, is that they get handed down in families.
Mhm.
It's not a matter of, oh, this is like a dog and you have it for maybe 10
years,
to
maybe-
15
yeah,
years.
yeah.
This is no. This is going to live well past you, and your kids are going to take care of it,
Mhm.
and sometimes their kids are going to take care of it, and exactly.
Do you
so-
remember? Were you old enough to remember the San Diego Zoo and the children's zoo, and they used to have these
Yep.
huge tortoises?
You used
that
to
you
let
would-
them sit. Used to
Yep.
sit on them and
Used to
ride them.
ride 'em.
And now they're in an enclosure and about 4 feet from where you can
they
touch
don't,
them.
Don't do that anymore.
Yeah, but they still let you play with the goats, and those things are more dangerous than the tortoise thing.
John's going to get some goats in his new house.
No, I'm not going to get any
Goats and chickens.
I'm not sure what kind of animals. Did you see, now that you bring this up, doesn't really have much to do with gardening, but it is animals. Did you see the picture of that giant cow?
Oh
In
gosh,
Australia.
It looked in the picture like it could eat the other cattle.
Yeah, it was at least double the size of any cow that was in that herd.
7 feet tall or something like
Yeah.
that. And it wasn't even the world record. I think
No.
the world record I think was like 4 inches
Well,
taller than it.
apparently they always get that big, but they only live 3 years and then they're sent to the meatpacking plant. And somehow this one
Exceeded the meatpacking plant's ability
Right.
to absorb it.
So it just keeps on growing.
And did you hear the description of it? That what they use them for? They use it as almost like a sheepdog, where it helps direct the other cattle. So this
Right.
is a cow that the other cattle just naturally gravitate towards.
Right, because of its size.
I'm sure, probably
Yeah.
because of its size, and so therefore it just helps them move cattle around because they
Move
just
cattle around.
follow it. Exactly.
I caught that.
Cattle farmers are grass farmers.
I wonder what kind of milk you get out of that cow.
Yeah, I don't know if you got milk out of it. I think it was massive. It was crazy.
All right, John. Any other stories or emails in the next? Well, we're going to take a break here. The top of the hour break coming up.
Well, when Tiger was talking about clay soils, we've talked about this many times before, but I'm still fascinated by the way that organics break up clay soils, because I always knew that happened, but I never understood exactly how it happened.
does it.
And when we come back next hour, we're going to let you know exactly how that works, because I think the whole process is fascinating.
That's an interesting tease. Okay, we seem to have gotten our technical Facebook problems all situated, so you know what. Anyway, we're going to take a break. News coming up. Many of these Biz Talk Radio affiliates. We are back at 6 minutes after. Do stay with us. John Bagnasco, Bryan.
Biz Talk Radio app, available on iOS, Android, and BlackBerry. Biz Talk Radio. The opinions you hear on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk online. Biz Talk.
For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
I, George Herbert Walker Bush, do solemnly swear.
The nation is mourning the death of former President George H.W. Bush, who's died at the age of 94. Bush took the oath of office on January 20th, 1989, and became the 41st President of the United States. A family spokesman says Bush died shortly after 10 p.m. Friday. The Republican emerged with weak economy, perceived him as out of touch. Congresswoman-elect Katie Hill delivers the
prices for prescription drugs. We will
You're listening to USA Radio News.
This is a national. From back pain, MD Topical has a solution for you. Today, you can qualify to receive. Call MD Topical toll-free now, 877-875-5909. It just takes a couple of minutes to qualify for these amazing treatments that have helped thousands of people with severe pain. Your personalized pain treatment will be delivered directly to your door. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com and get started on your road to a pain-free life. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com.
Alaska Governor Bill Walker leaves office Monday and has been working with Governor-elect Mike Dunleavy's staff on earthquake response for a smooth transition. Anchorage Fire Chief Jody Hetrick says assessment of damage continues.
We're in the midst of still collecting information, but as far as we know, there were 2 structures. They were smaller, older structures. Don't think they were commercial. I don't have all of the details on those yet. We did have 4 working fires, and the rest of it has been infrastructure damage to roads.
The good news is that the weather in the coming days will be manageable for families impacted by power outages. A scary sight for passengers on a Frontier Airlines flight from Las Vegas to Tampa. The plane was forced to turn around and make an emergency landing shortly after takeoff when a piece of the engine cover broke off. Plane landed safely. A federal judge will decide Monday whether former FBI Director James Comey must testify before Congress next week. Comey is challenging a subpoena from House Republicans requiring him to testify privately on Tuesday. He has instead offered to give public testimony before the House Judiciary Committee. This is USA Radio News.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
President Trump is in Argentina for the G20 summit. USA's Winnie King tells us more.
NAFTA is now a done deal, signed by the United States, Mexico, and Canada.
We've worked hard on this agreement. It's been long and hard. We've taken a lot of barbs and a little abuse, and we got there. It's great for all of our countries.
The president's most significant meeting now is the meeting planned with China's President Xi Jinping. China and the U.S. are embroiled in an escalating trade war, which is essentially a battle of tariffs. President Trump says he's open to a trade deal, but also says he's satisfied with the billions of dollars in tariffs aimed at fixing a trade imbalance.
From 200 countries are expected to attend the UN Climate Summit in Poland Sunday through the 14th to look at the fine print of the global climate deal reached in Paris. Ecologist Johan Rockström says he hopes for a progressive dialogue.
This is necessary, again, coming back to the fact that we have to bend the global curve of emissions within 2 years, and we have to cut emissions by half within the next 10 years.
Getting an agreement is expected to be difficult, if not impossible, on how countries are to count their greenhouse gas emissions and work to reduce them. President Trump has already said he'll pull the U.S. out of the Paris Accord, citing his America First mantra. A report warns time is running out if the world wants to stop global warming from rising another 2 to 3 degrees by the end of the century. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Million one business. More than 500,000 small peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. That's 877-649-5324.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as the phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at Garden America. And Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
We are back. This is hour number 2 at 6 minutes after. Questions, comments at 855-424-9825, wherever you are in the country. Streaming through BizTalk Radio. Also, John at gardenamerica.com as we get into the second hour. Learned a lot about composting last hour. Great information. A couple of endorsements from our listeners and viewers talking about the fact they've had this composting unit or units now for quite some time and are very pleased. So nicely done, Tiger.
Thank you. I was excited to see the newsletter come out because of John's picks that he posted this week. He had a Crested Abundance rose, and the rose was just a pink standard rose, which was beautiful within itself. But the buds, can you describe the buds for our listeners, John?
Yeah, the buds are, if you know what moss roses are, there's all these proliferations that come off the bud itself. And there's usually, if you rub those, there's a scent to them. But there was a breeder, John Jelinek, who took some of Ralph Moore's work. And Ralph Moore had worked with some of these crested roses and tried to breed. So on Facebook, Tiger posted a better picture of it. So if you go to Garden America Radio Show at Facebook, on Facebook, you'll see that picture. And I'm really fascinated by those. I don't know why.
I think it's super amazing, the bud, because, you know, it's not, it's, I mean, I don't
It
want
looks
to say
almost like a sea creature, doesn't it?
I feel like the bud is more exciting than the flower.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
You know, before the break, we said we were going to tell you a story about how clay soils become really understood why. And the reason that organics loosen up clay soils is that clay soils are tight to begin with because clay particles are very small bind together. There's no way for water or oxygen to get in there, and the soils just I mean, they'll suffocate plants, right? If you can't get air in there.
The two things that should get through anything, oxygen and water.
Right.
But
oxygen.
Yeah.
So anyway, what happens is you add organic material to the soil, you increase the amount of organic activity. So that means all kinds of microorganisms are living in the soil and working. And I never realized that bacteria move the same way that snails and slugs move. They put out a little slime trail and then they move along there. I used to picture bacteria, I think, of just being, you know, just floating and being somewhere.
Yeah.
So you have these microscopic clay particles, and as the bacteria puts its little slime trail and moves around one of these particles, it coats it, and that automatically separates it from the next clay particle. So
now you've got an opening.
Right. So the more activity you have, the more that these particles become separated, and now you can get air and water down into the soil.
Now, in some cases, that works pretty fast, I think, especially with one of the John and Bob's products.
Well, it's using yucca extracts. And that goes through and just separates the soil immediately. But that in combination, the John and Bob's Penetrate uses that in combination with organic materials. And so once they're it's good to
and
know
now
how
you
something
know.
works.
We need the little.
Now you know the rest of the
learning
story, Brian.
Story time with John.
Rainbow.
It's always good. So tell us about the story after the show today. This for you set up. You said Hotel Del?
The
Lowe's Coronado.
Lowe's.
So it's a 25-foot tree.
Yep. It's in a courtyard that they have.
All set up, and then they put cables up to it to keep it standing erect, right?
Correct. Exactly. And they tie these cables off pillars because it's actually tied to the building. It's actually tied to the building.
Well, that would make sense. You want a lot of stability.
Yeah. And they're metal cables, but supposedly. But you know what the funny thing about wind is? And people see this. Or just a, big standing straight up, and then you can have a tree on the other side of the street. Sometimes wind is channeled ways, and it comes at a certain angle, which could be detrimental. Then, if the wind isn't coming at that perfect angle, the tree will stand perfectly fine. And so I think that's what happened, is that the wind came through this courtyard had this tree standing in years past in the same spot with the same cabling system. With no problems. But I think a lot of it has to do with the wind angle coming in.
So right now, it's down right now.
Yeah, it's down. It's laying down in the courtyard.
That's got to be a sight for people.
It's a new way of putting up your Christmas tree. Have it laying down horizontally.
Yeah, be with us at 11 o'clock if you watch us rise the Christmas tree again. Raise it back up.
Yeah.
So that happens with tornadoes, too.
Yeah.
Because
houses, like one house is all by itself.
Right. And the next one's gone. I remember we lived in Michigan. It was the closest I ever came to a tornado. We had one that touched down probably a mile away from where we were.
You were a kid then or older?
No, Shannon and I were married.
Oh,
we
okay.
were living in Farmington Hills, Michigan. And so after it was gone, we just wanted to go see, what kind of destruction had been done.
Yeah.
And I remember being just shocked because I had never seen tornado damage before, that everything was clean, perfectly clean. The way that this wind had gone was it took everything with it. So you'd have half a
lifted
house
up and took it away.
Well, you'd have half a house gone, but no debris around the house.
Right.
It's just gone.
Yeah, because it's like a vacuum cleaner,
Yeah.
right? Like sucks it up.
Store, there's nothing.
Right.
That's why they tell you. Now, did you actually see it, the tornado? You said it was about a mile away. Could you see the twister?
No, we did not see it. I don't think I've ever seen in the distance, except in dreams. Have you ever had dreams?
No, I don't. I've never had tornado dreams.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I've had tornado dreams before.
My friends went to college in Iowa,
Uh-huh.
and they have tornadoes in Iowa. They also have these big alarms that go off. And so I'm sitting there at their college during the mid-afternoon, and all of a sudden these alarms go off. And I'm freaking out because I'm from California, and if we hear an alarm somewhere, that's bad. And so I hear these alarms, and nobody seems to be caring. Well, this alarm was just, I guess it's for the farms, and they have like a lunchtime alarm that sounds over the whole county.
Time for lunch?
Yeah, well, I mean, the farms are big as the county.
Yeah.
So I guess this was just notifying them that. They go, oh, yeah, you got to really worried when it's 2 alarms, because that means that it's a tornado is coming. But then 3 alarms is when you really have to freak out, because that means it's touched down and you have to find shelter. I'm like, oh, so the whole time I'm there, my ears are perked up listening for alarms, because I feel it's going to just happen.
You know, years ago, I was in Oklahoma for a radio promotion. We were there for a couple of days, and I remember they said, hey, tornado warning. And I'm like, really? Another kid from Canada?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Well, I mean, we're in a hotel, and I guess it came fairly close, but off in a distance, touched down, but didn't do much damage. But I had the same feeling. You know, you're not used to it.
No.
I'd like to say that we're used to earthquakes, but I'm glad I wasn't in Alaska yet. That was a huge earthquake.
Did you see how long that lasted?
It lasted a while,
yeah,
yes.
Usually you're looking at, 15 to 30 seconds, and it's gone.
And usually you can hear it coming. It rumbles, and it like a train, but this just happened immediately. Boom, it was there.
Yeah.
And watching CBS, their affiliate up in Anchorage, and that newsroom, everything with broken glass, monitors on the floor, and you can see they took video, and there are people under the desks, and then they got right up and started reporting, got on their computers, and right to work. But a tidal wave came down the coast of California. We were evacuated in Pacific Beach.
Want a better looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
My computer is so slow, it's making me crazy.
I used to have that problem.
Did you quit using a computer, or did you buy a new one?
No, I called Geeks On Site. They made an appointment to visit my home and showed up the same day.
You mean they didn't ask you to bring your computer to a shop? That's what happened when I called a support company.
Geeks On Site can go to your home or business or even repair your computer online. They have 24/7 emergency service.
If you are having problems with your PC or Mac, call Geeks On Site, 1-800-591-1682. Our friendly certified computer repair experts are available 24/7. Call now for a free diagnosis, 1-800-591-1682. Data recovery, virus removal, and maintenance for all laptops, desktops, printers, and networks. That's Geeks On Site for friendly certified computer repair experts, available 24/7 over the phone or in your home or business. Just call 1-800-591-1682. That's 1-800-591-1682, 1-800-591-1682.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated one by consumers nationwide on consumeraffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have time coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
We are back. It is 21 minutes after the hour. Thank you for joining us as we continue. Learned a lot about how things break down clay soil from John last.
I mean, the way that it felt. Pull it and lift it up with I push it up, it's much more challenging, but
pull it.
Yeah, hopefully
Still celebrating.
Celebrating?
Yeah, you forgot to bring in
this weekend.
We're going at lunch today, going to the Poseidon.
Ooh.
Up in Del Mar.
Nice. That's a restaurant right on the water there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. So we're going to do that and probably hang out. I got stuff to do around the house, like always.
Yeah.
Patio, got to clean out the shed at some point and putting that. Do some HB 101 inside my one and only real house plant, the Dracaena. Looking a little tired. I cut some of the. Can't even lift it. HB 101 within 2 days it perked up. True story. Perked right up.
That stuff's a miracle.
It is a miracle.
Yeah.
So what one product where you actually see something almost immediately?
And then last week when talking to Masako, I had mentioned about a podocarpus and part of that hedge that I had tried it on. John, this wasn't like, oh, it's not doing well, and let's see if we can bring it back.
It was dead.
We're talking, this is coming back.
That hedge was doing really well.
Hill, the irrigation somehow in that. I watered it and then I treated it, and I think it's too far gone. It could be one of those things that kind of comes back eventually, but I don't know. I'll probably just replace it. Yeah.
How big? What are you talking?
It's a 15-gallon one. I mean, they're recently planted this season, so it's not
Any sign of life at all?
Well, yeah, there is, but it's one of those things. I mean, people think like, oh, well, for me, it's different than most people. Most people would give every plant the ultimate end until it puts up the white flag.
You can't be bothered.
No, I'm like, it's just not looking good. I'll just replace it.
You're like you have a bratty child off to reform school.
Exactly. Oh, Isaac, you just wait. You keep pushing my buttons. I'm going to find a
military school
far away from me. No.
Well, if it died because of lack of water, the first thing that died were the roots. And so it could have been dead before the top started showing.
Exactly.
I mean, look at Christmas trees, right?
Right.
They're nice and green, but
they're dead.
They're completely dead.
Yeah.
No roots at all.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame.
Somebody was telling me this week that they went and they couldn't tell me the exact variety, but they harvested it up in our mountains. from, and they would pay for them, and all that kind of stuff. And one part of it, amazing
from the branch.
Yeah,
After they
wood for fence posts, but like tree branches and stuff. Trees that can do that. I think put it in the ground as a fence post. It could form another tree eventually.
Well,
but I'm trying to think of what kind of tree.
I think for the most part, if you take a ficus and stick it in the ground, it's going to root.
Yeah.
And more often than not, I would say over half those stems would root.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think
and that's
of
how they start edible figs, too.
What would be our local tree that could possibly do that? I don't know.
Well, redwood burls will put out sprouts. Have you seen those?
When they fall, when the tree falls.
Well, they'll sell them in novelty shops, gift shops. If you're up in redwood country, you'll see a burl, and which is a little knotty piece of wood that's attached to the trunk. So you'll take that home, put it in water, and then it puts out branches, like Tiger's talking about, but those don't root. So this could be a similar type situation.
Yeah, maybe.
Just a dormant bud that got what it needed. But never roots.
How's your email, John? Anything we can discuss?
I have no idea. My computer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My computer's not doing well.
Yeah.
Sick computer.
Yeah, blame it on the computer.
I'll try again, but sorry, we're having trouble getting your pages back.
Who's this we? I'd like to know who we are.
Some of the cool things. I have a funny story real quick before
we got a little break coming up in a couple of minutes.
So the small business group in the Mission Hills area, it's called the Mission Hills BID, the Business Improvement District, for Small Shop Saturday, that shopping day.
It was last Saturday.
Yeah,
support
exactly.
local small business.
Exactly. Put together an event, and they built a 5-foot tall, true gingerbread house. Really out of gingerbread, really out of gumdrops and frosting.
5 feet.
5 foot tall. People were in this little, it was like a little playhouse, right? And it was out of gingerbread. And so at the end of the event, they're like, what are we going to do with it? So they're like, hey, can we bring it to the nursery and you guys can just use it as like an attraction? And we're like, yeah, no problem. So we set it up there in front, and everything was going fine for the first couple days. And then it started getting damp in the evenings. And then the gingerbread started kind of getting loose, and the dew created a nice sweet syrup where bees started going to this gingerbread
This is
house
at your nursery.
At the nursery. And then the dew turned into rain, which created more syrup, which attracted more bees. I had yesterday a full swarm of bees attacking this gingerbread house. We had to move it to the back of the nursery, and we had to end up breaking it down while bees were actively trying to eat this thing.
Okay, so you're in the middle of all these bees?
Yeah, well, if they're eating, bees are pretty docile.
Yeah,
it's only
right.
when they're trying to protect a queen do they ever.
Yeah, no, because we've got a lot of ground cover around the front of my house, and there's bees everywhere. I walk in and amongst them. They don't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Okay, break time again. It is almost 30 minutes after the. John. Stepping aside.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. That's 800-217-5107.
Being a business owner or entrepreneur can feel lonely. Unless your friends have walked the same path, They just don't understand your passion. How many times have you been asked, when are you going to get a real job? And when you finally do make it big, all of a sudden the doubters tell you they always knew you would. Does this sound familiar? You see, at BizBod, we understand the road you're on because we're on the path. That's why we created a club just for you. Meet other people on the same path you're on and get content that will help you grow your business, all for only $49.95 a year. And if you join today, you can get your first 30 days free with promo code RADIO. This is a limited time offer, so try it for free, and who knows, you might be able to help other members. Simply go to bizbod.com and enter promo code RADIO.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go, and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. 800-217-5107.
Time is everything. For me, becoming a single father of 2 young kids, it changed my ability to use my timeshare. The frustration of not being able to use it was compounded by annual maintenance fees that nearly tripled over a 3-year period. I was desperate to get out. After searching online for sell my timeshare or get out of my timeshare, it just looked like one scam after another. I needed a real, permanent, and legitimate way to get out of this for good. I'm Brandon Reed, the founder of Timeshare Exit Team. We will get you out of the timeshare you can't use or can't afford anymore. We get people out safely, legally, and permanently. We are more successful because we have more solutions. Schedule a free consultation to review your ownership situation and find the best strategy for you. If we can't get you out, we will give you a full refund. Call Timeshare Exit Team today.
Call 800-929-8112. That's 800-929-8112. That's 800-929-8112.
Call Timeshare Exit Team today.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake, and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly 1 business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. That's 877-649-5324.
It may have been a messy divorce that suddenly cut income in half, but not your bills. It might have been an injury or illness, or your boss just cutting back your hours. It doesn't really matter how you got in over your head. It only matters that you are, and that we're here to help. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt and you can't ever see breaking free, then call Action Debt and do it now. Being in over your head is a vicious cycle. One day late, they charge you a late fee. Miss a payment, they double your rate. You just don't think it's fair, and neither do we. This is not bankruptcy or just a simple rate reduction plan. We fight for you using our proven experience in the insider programs that credit card companies try to hide. If you owe at least $10,000 to the credit card companies, you owe it to yourself to call Action Debt at 800-384-7099. Just because you got in over your head doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. Call 800-384-7099 today, and we can be on your side tomorrow. 800-384-7099. 800-384-7099.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Right here on Garden America. Happy Saturday to you, 35 minutes after the hour. Okay, if you want to get a hold of us at 855-424-9825 or pitch an email to John at Garden America, streaming live here on Biz Talk Radio.
Temporarily, I think I can get an email.
You think so, temporarily?
Right now, I'm set up to get emails.
You know, John, give John some love at john@gardenamerica.com, whatever's on your mind.
I can't watch Facebook, so you guys got to.
No, nobody can watch Facebook right now. It's on now. We're doing well.
Okay.
Yeah. So should we talk? We were discussing during the break about the upcoming interviews that we have, because it's going to be a busy couple weeks for us, and a lot of fun discussions happening over the next few weeks through the winter time. We got a lot of holiday stuff coming up, and so next week, Sarah Bendrick, she's one of the hosts from the HGTV show, or DIY show, I should say.
I Hate My Garden?
I Hate My Yard.
My Yard, okay.
Yeah, she's a local landscape designer here in San Diego, and so she's going to be joining us next week. She has a book that's coming out.
She's in studio, by the way, right?
Yeah.
In studio.
In studio. And so there'll be quite a few little visuals when it comes to little tips. She did a whole little piece for the Hallmark Channel. Secret compartments and so on like that. So a really good person on kind of the Pinterest-esque style things to do for your yard, and a lot of fun ideas. So she's going to be on to next Saturday, 8 a.m. in studio. So definitely try to be watching Facebook Live for that one.
How about a book that unfolds and becomes a coffee table?
A book?
Yeah.
Like a coffee table book?
Table.
They already did that on Seinfeld.
Darn, I thought I had the idea.
And then we were talking about bees just a second ago, and one of our local beekeepers here in San Diego, Hillary with Girl Next Door Beekeeping, is going to be teaching us on how to start your own hive and how to maintain a hive. I have a hive that I'm working on starting. That's why I selfishly brought her in.
Really?
Because I'm trying to start a beehive.
You want your own honey?
I want my own honey.
Honeycomb, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You have a honey. I met her.
Exactly.
Hey, so let me ask you this, or maybe we can ask her.
Yeah.
What became of the killer bees? That's all died down.
Oh, you got to save that question.
Yeah. And well,
I'm very curious because that was a big deal for a while.
Well, it was a big deal, but the problem is there was no solution, because the European bee and the killer bee are basically the same thing except for their DNA.
Right, but I think
they mixed.
They started
it. So there's no way to really. What happened is they mixed, and so obviously because of that, some took some traits of one and other traits of another, and so there's probably Africanized bee, which is the more aggressive one. It's more of a mix of both of them, and so they're kind of in between now.
So let's leave them alone.
Yeah. Well, I was telling you, bees have this fall. Protecting, their hive, they're protecting their food source, all of that.
You got to jump in the water to get away from them.
You're gonna run out there with pitchforks and
then get a little reed,
fire.
Get a little reed so you can breathe. Go to the other side.
That's in every little cartoon from.
Hey, I had something traumatic happen to me when I was little.
I want to hear this.
Well, it involved bees, and we somehow disturbed a beehive. And bees started buzzing all around and stinging us and chasing us. And I just went nuts and ran screaming into the house.
With a lot of bees on you.
Bees chasing me. And I ran in, locked myself in the bathroom, and then I look, and there's bees all over me.
Oh,
and I'm locked in the bathroom. It was like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, I would hate that. So you got stung a lot.
Can't remember. You're lucky. Remember it being traumatic.
Apparently you're not allergic to bee sting.
Did you know that there were 1,400 varieties of grapes in the world, but that 80% of all the wine we drink comes from only 20 varieties?
I don't remember a nice segue from bees to wine.
Yeah, where did this?
Wait, what happened there?
Well, I bought a book on Amazon called God-Forsaken Grapes, a slightly tipsy journey through the world of strange, obscure, and underappreciated wine. And I just thought that was really interesting.
So give that stat again that you just gave us.
There's 1,400 varieties of grapes in the world.
Wow.
But 80% of all the wine we drink comes from only 20 varieties. So there's 1,380 varieties that we rarely come into contact with.
Are they not grown? Do they not taste very well?
They are in just certain areas of the world. So I thought it was an interesting book because it talks about all these varieties we normally wouldn't come in contact with. Tells you where to get them. The reason I thought of it is a friend of mine just put a vineyard in his backyard. He lives, I think he's got a couple acres, and 1 acre he just put into grapes. That's the thing to do now in Southern California, the San Diego County area. If you've got an acre, you put grapes on it.
Yeah.
Is our climate?
And then you cross your finger and hope that whatever you get from selling the grapes will pay for the water.
Yeah, good luck.
So we're a decent climate for grapes.
Well, yeah. Have you been up to Temecula lately?
Yeah. I always think of
Wine
Napomo.
country in
I think
Temecula?
of Napomo, Northern California, when I think of
Napa.
Napa.
Yeah.
You know what we are more decent for, and I wish more people would do this, because as John just mentioned, you're going to not, unless you're a true grape growing farm. I mean, let's be real, grapes on 1 acre are not going to yield enough to pay for the water and the care and the efforts to kind of do it. But if you started growing agave for tequila, you can easily grow those here, never have to water it. In 8 years, you harvest it and turn that into 3 bottles of tequila and
come up with your own brand.
Exactly. I mean, much better climate for tequila.
The new Palafox tequila.
Exactly.
For your evening out.
For your evening out.
Palafox tequila.
I don't think I've ever tasted tequila.
You don't want to.
I don't think so.
You know, the last time I had tequila was in Cabo San Lucas, circa 1988. Never again.
That probably wasn't tequila.
No, it was tequila.
Mezcal.
Coming back after a long night out in the town, feeling horrible to begin with, and 2 people at the bar. Oh, you gotta have tequila. Come on, do some more shots. Wrong thing to do. So,
isn't there something going on with the agave where an insect or something's attacking them?
I don't know.
The tequila agave.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
But
what's that all
some
about?
type of, I'll have to look that up, but there was something that was attacking the agave tequilas. Tequila agaves.
Agaves are hardy plants, though. There's not a lot that attacks them. There's some
I think they're all native to North America, too.
All agaves?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Central. No, old world agaves, no.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just thinking of a book I have on my shelf called Agaves of North America. I like the way that one ends.
Everyone's drunk.
So anyway, that was why I brought up the grape deal. You know, there's, I don't know if they're selling them in the stores now that we're talking about grapes. I'm thinking there's a grape there's 2 grapes I want to get. One I can't think of the name of right now. I mean, it'll come to me in a second. But the size of each grape is like the size of a golf ball practically.
Whoa.
My gosh.
I mean, they're big, they're huge, and it's a table grape, an eating grape. And then the other one were the witch's fingers. Have you seen those?
I've heard that term.
Witch's finger grapes. I mean, they look so phenomenal. I mean, if you Google it, you'll see pictures of what they look like.
Elongated a little bit?
Yeah, rather than being round.
Yes.
And the cluster looks awesome. But I don't think those are available to homeowners yet. So I don't like anything that's usual. I like unusual type things.
Yeah.
But that's because I had such a small piece of property. You know, now that I'm going from 1 acre or a half an acre
now
to
you're old
3.5
McDonald.
acres, maybe I'll put in some common things.
Teardrop grapes. There's a company growing them. I don't know where they're out of. Those are interesting.
Oh, sounds better than witch's finger.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's this company out of here?
But they're not selling the grapes, right? Just the fruit.
Oh. I don't know. I'm looking. The Grapery. Shafter, California.
Oh, that's up where, right next to Wasco, where they grow the.
Yeah, and they are just growing the grapes.
Right.
Not the actual plant itself. But they have all kinds of fun grapes at this Grapery cotton candy, gumdrop, moon.
Oh, you know what? Cotton candy was one I was thinking of too. We'll have to talk about that one when we come back.
Let's talk about cotton candy, more grapes after the break. We are with you for one more segment. Stay with us. I'm Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco at 855-424-9825. Here on Biz Talk Radio, streaming around the world and across the country, John at GardenAmerica.com as we step aside for one last time. Coming right back. Stay with us.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard's Spinosad soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky critters. Find Natural Guard Spinosad soap in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to fertilome.com for more information. Want a better looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to assistance? That's all they do. If you're behind on your have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now. Available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect and may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
You love your car, and so does CarChecks. We're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have been helping people avoid spending a fortune in costly car repair bills for almost 20 years. For about $2.50 a day, you get the peace of mind in knowing that your expensive repair bills may be covered by a vehicle protection plan. Think about if your air conditioner or the transmission goes out. That could cost you a few $1,000s. Or you can get protected with CarChecks and pay only a standard deductible. For about $2.50 a day, you can make sure you don't get stuck with the bill for covered repairs. Keep your car in tip-top shape. For a completely free quote, call CarChecks now at 800-958-5207. 800-958-5207. That's 800-958-5207. Or visit getprotected.com. That's getprotected.com.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-285-4765. Again, 800-285-4765.
National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to $500,000 cash infusion. Call a NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is our final segment back here on Garden America. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. Hope you had a good week. And next week is even better as we continue. Bryan, Maine. John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox at 855-424-9825. We're talking grapes.
Yeah. Before the break, we had mentioned the witch's finger grape, and what did the grapery call them? Lady finger?
There were teardrops.
Yeah.
And then I think moondrops might be another name for one of them.
And then they had one called cotton candy, which is supposedly tastes just like cotton candy. And now
the way they described it was little hot air balloons that taste just like candy.
This is a company that sells grapes retail-wise. They don't sell the plants, but this is ones that you can find in stores. And they have the website Grape. More than just Thompson or
the ones that you know about.
Exactly.
You buy at the store. Like a lot of produce.
All the same.
A lot of produce, you see the same ones out there, and you don't realize there's 1,000 other varieties.
Yeah, that taste better or are different in some way.
But are not good commercially shipped, so on and so forth, probably. A lot of those, right? They don't keep well, or that you can't.
I think we talked about this before, but there was a study that came out recently that talked about how millennials today like fruit that is hard and tasteless. Crunchy and tasteless.
Really?
Why?
I don't think we ever talked about that.
Hard and tasteless.
Because that's what they've been brought up with. If you go to the stores and if you buy peaches or nectarines, they're usually crunchy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Where in my generation, back in my day,
very soft.
Stuff was only sold, or fruit, vegetables, they were only sold when they were ripe and in season. You know, we didn't get cherries from
Argentina or wherever.
Southern Hemisphere, off season. So everything was fresh, and it was softer because it was ripe. It had time to ripen.
It was ready to be eaten.
Right. But now everything is picked and shipped all over the country. So it's picked before it's ripe. And that's the way that children have been brought up recently, was to eat that type of fruit rather than wait for it to ripen. Yeah. And that's what they're used to eating. So they did some study that showed they actually prefer that over tree ripened fruit.
So they had both, a little taste test, and they didn't like it because they weren't used to it.
Yeah, well, it's a different texture. It's juicy.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, and I hate.
Oh no, this is too delicious.
I hate to say this from the standpoint of I don't necessarily agree with the way it goes, but kind of like for these grapes and for that fruit, it will be easier for us to get them because, as you mentioned, grocery stores, distribution channels, all of that was part of the process.
Right.
Well, nowadays with direct home delivery of almost anything you want is now going to put things at your fingertips much easier. For instance, a company that's selling grapes. Well, before in the past, they'd have to distribute them. Certain grocery stores would pick them up. Certain grocery stores wouldn't.
Right.
Areas would be available. Other areas wouldn't. Well, nowadays, you can just order it and have it at your doorstep within 2 days. And it's going to be unique. It's going to be in season. And it's going to be for you kind of a thing.
Yeah, sure.
And the distribution channel has been cut out. So but those unique varieties becoming popular. And then the other thing that's held back in the past is, when a product isn't proven, like a grape or an avocado, nobody invests in farming it. They're not going to invest 200 acres into a certain produce because they hope it's going to sell. So, but now if people start direct ordering it, they're going to see that it's proven, and the farm will get bigger. They'll start growing more of them, and there'll be more variety, I assume. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I still want people to shop local, but definitely things because of the internet will be much easier.
Hey, and how about that romaine lettuce scare?
You can eat romaine now, right?
Can you again?
Yep.
Yeah.
You okay?
They found where they narrowed it down, and they
nipped it in the bud.
Exactly. What is the bottom part of a romaine lettuce?
The heart.
The heart.
I don't think I've ever liked romaine lettuce, now that we're discussing it.
Well, you don't like the iceberg lettuce that has no nutritional value, do you?
No, I just never cared for romaine.
But here's what I like to do with spinach and any other
romaine is kind of like elongated iceberg.
A soft leafy salad that has no crunch to it. I do like a little bit of romaine just to get some crunch. We bought spinach last week because of the romaine scarcity.
Yeah.
We had spinach all week.
And kale.
Kale. Oh.
Kale is one of the reasons kale is so good for you is that it's a very primitive vegetable, and there's been very little breeding on it up until recently. So it has more phytonutrients than, say, lettuce, which has been bred over the years.
Phyto, it fights off, right?
Yeah.
Disease.
As farmers began growing vegetables and selecting vegetables and fruits, they always picked and saved the seeds from the sweetest.
Yeah.
Or the things that tasted the absolute best, which over time gave you things that tasted really good, but didn't have as many nutrients in them.
Sure.
A good example of that is corn. Sweet corn today, with the super sweets, we have corn that's as much as 70% sugar, which is more sugar than some candy has.
Right.
And the old, when I was growing up and when you were growing up, Brian, the common sweet corn was Golden Bantam. And Golden Bantam was good, but if you put butter on it.
You're right.
But that was only 15% sugar.
But did it have more nutrient?
Yes.
Yeah, they say the corn today is basically almost nil of nutrients.
Yeah. Now we talked about this before, I know, but there's a red corn, sweet corn out called Double Red that is 30% protein, where most sweet corn is 7% protein. So this new one is 30% protein and has as you would grow Double Red.
Different from canned or frozen?
Well, that corn used to lose its sugar after it was picked, but the new corns actually increase in sugar after they're picked.
Oh, boy. Hey, that's going to do it. Thank you so much. We're back again next week with an in-studio guest. It's going to be a good one.
Yay!
We do appreciate it. Thank you for your patience and everything. I want to thank Zach back at the studio, Bryan.
Listen on the go. Download the Biz Talk Radio app. Available in